What's going on? Why'd you run away?
I don't want to be there.
Why not?
She's scared. Sometimes she locks us in the closet.
For how long?
The longest I've been here has been like 4 days.
4 days?
On a warm afternoon in Piedmont, Oklahoma, on March 5th, 2024, police discovered a 14-year-old girl in the backyard of a residence. Her trembling voice exposed years of torment under foster mother Tina Ramirez. But when police stepped inside the home, they uncovered a house of horrors beyond imagination.
These kids have run away 7 times from you?
Mm-hmm.
How is any reasonable person supposed to think you're not starving these kids?
Mental abuse, I would say yes. Physical abuse, no.
After hearing her chilling account, officers moved fast, closing in on her foster home.
Clear on located now. I will call and cancel.
Claire, I'm just gonna go around this building. What's going on? Why'd you run away?
I don't want to be there.
Why not?
She's scared.
She's scary? Who?
The one who takes care of us.
What's her name?
Tina.
Is that your mom? Yeah. What's scary about her?
I'm scared to get in trouble because she goes to the extreme. She goes very far when she gets into trouble.
Like what? What happens when you get in trouble?
Sometimes she locks us in a closet.
Locks you in a closet? For how long?
The longest I've been here has been like 4 days.
4 days?
This year, I threw a Halloween party for the kids. It was really cool. I bought a bunch of Halloween decor, and I bought a projector, a huge 84-inch projector, because I bought the screen. But I had bought a projector Black Friday the year before. I hadn't used it yet, so I did like cool stuff, decorated cupcakes, cool candies, and then set that up for them. Happiest kids ever. They're like best mom ever, and they loved it. They went to school talking about it and everything. So it was a lot of fun. I wanted to do the projector out here, but I was like, I don't know if that's okay to do.
She dressed her home in Halloween charm, trying to play the part of the perfect mother. But the act didn't last. Officers quickly saw through the facade, and soon, after a few days, Tina was caught off guard once they had their major lead.
Have you ever locked your kids in the closet?
No.
Okay. Why would they tell me they've been locked in the closet?
All of my kids said that.
More than one.
No. I've never locked any of my kids in the closet.
Okay. I found this letter, and I'm sure you've read it. It was in your closet.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about these letters.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, why is she saying all this horrible stuff is happening to her if...
She does that. It's how she vents.
Right. I mean, is it the truth?
I mean, those are old. I wouldn't know. Like,
She's talking about being beat up. She's talking about having scissors to her throat, talking about pulling you off of her and you telling her you would have killed her.
That's when we had an altercation.
Right.
We had an altercation.
With scissors?
No, there was no scissors. She was coming at me.
Okay.
But we can't pull it off because she was holding my hair.
Okay.
Right? And yeah, that did happen. That did happen, yes.
When detectives first questioned Tina Ramirez about the disturbing closet claims, she insists she's a devoted, loving mother. It's shocking to see Tina be so calm and composed while casually accepting the horrors she had inflicted on the innocent children. And just from that, investigators sense a deeper truth is hiding. Piece by piece, they uncover evidence that exposes a chilling reality, each denial unraveling like a thread from a fraying tapestry.
How do you discipline these kids? I mean, I know we talked about it earlier. Do you hit them?
No.
Do you hit them?
No.
Ever?
No. I've had altercations before.
Yeah.
There's been more than one. There's a time she ripped my necklace off of me, okay? And I held her. Tantrums, kick and punch.
Yeah.
I had to hold her down.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, no.
Typically, what does dinner look like here?
I don't cook every single night, but dinner, the kids will do either, most of the time the little ones like pizza, Hot Pockets, chicken nuggets, have peanut butter and jelly. The big girls.
Jade, you want a flashlight?
Like, I just did beans.
If you need it, I don't know.
I just did beans the other day. Mornings. The little ones eat at school, but the big ones, I'm getting up late and I ain't getting the time to work and everything. I make sure they get milk. If not cereal.
Tell me about this.
Okay.
Tina continues to deny any form of abuse, brushing off violent outbursts as simple misunderstandings. But her story falters when detectives ask about her children's meals, and she conveniently forgets to mention how she had taken away their drinks. What she calls discipline now appears as cruelty. Detectives soon discover that the kids had been quietly hiding scraps of food, something normal for any child. But in this home, it was their only way to survive. As they probe deeper, her carefully constructed world begins to crumble, and what they will find next will expose the full extent of her callousness.
She writes stuff like this all the time, sir. You can talk to her about this. She does this all the time. She'll tell you.
So why'd you keep this one like it's important?
I didn't keep because it's
It was in your
important.
closet.
I mean, I kept,
With all your important papers.
I kept all of these to show her and remind her, but I haven't got these out in forever, sir. I'm being honest, like,
I don't think you are.
I'm scared.
Well, probably because you've been your kids.
No, I
Look how skinny they are. You tell me you feed those kids.
I do.
Enough.
I wouldn't say enough. They like to eat noodles. What kid can get fat off of noodles?
My kids. I feed my kids noodles all the time. They're fatter than hell. At least not skin and bones like
They
this.
eat noodles and crackers with it.
And spaghetti and meatballs and Hot Pockets and pizza and hot dogs and all kinds of nutritious things. Those kids are malnutritioned, Tina.
Well, I give them canned vegetables. Does that count?
That's healthy,
Apples.
Soon, detectives uncover evidence so harrowing it shakes everyone in the room. Behind closed doors, the unimaginable trauma the children endured comes into sharp focus, revealing the horrors Tina tried so desperately to hide.
I know, but here I am, and they don't have bedrooms, and they had cereal for dinner.
Well, that's what they wanted. They got the choice, the option, and they have the choice of that. That's what they wanted. It's always what they want. What do you want? I'm not cooking tonight. If they want cereal, they get cereal. If they want a bologna and cheese sandwich, sir, they get it. Ask all of them. That was their option tonight. I'm not sure what she wanted. I said, what do you want? There's beans from last night that I cooked. She was just saying, who's going to get to eat the beans now? She loves my cooking. My kids love my cooking.
Dear God, I think she's going to kill me. I didn't do anything. You and I both know that. I have been talking to you, praying, and trying to be polite, helpful, and respectful. I've been shutting out all the bad thoughts, but it's no use. But I won't let their negativity and discouragement stop me. This is my year for as long as I'm alive. I'm going to change, but I won't let anyone stop me. I want to change, but if she me, I know that I was making changes to make me better. I'm going to be kind and respectful still. She held scissors to my throat. Scissors, underlined, to my throat. She left bruises on my neck, along with cuts from her nails. She cut the inside of my lip, and now one of my front teeth is moving slightly. My nose is clogged with blood, and my ear is bright red with plenty of scratches on it. And it hurts so bad. I can't lay on that side of my head. You know I could get her in trouble for that. And the fact that she said, I'm going to her with at least 2 people besides me that can verify that. Then she whispered to me, if Katrina didn't stop me, I would have choked you till you passed out. And I'm the sick, twisted one, but no, I'm going to stay here just to prove what I can change.
It lays bare a child's raw terror, graphic accounts of beatings, starvation, and hushed death threats. These are not mere allegations, but irrefutable proof of years of suffering. Still, Tina clings to her story, refusing to accept the truth. And what she does next reveals her mask totally.
Yes.
Tina, combine that with the fact that these kids have run away 7 times from you?
Mm-hmm.
How is any reasonable person supposed to think you're not starving and abusing these kids?
Okay. Mental abuse, I would say yes. Physical abuse, no. Has there been altercations? Yes, there has. Starving, like you said, I feed them, but it's not the foods
But
like you're saying
a
your
year.
kids get.
No, I quoted the noodles that
Oh,
you
okay.
said. Okay, you said noodles. I said noodles. Okay, we're
If I'm
not.
starving, then why do I have all
If
this food?
if you're feeding them, why are they skinny?
Have you talked to them about that?
I have.
And what did they say?
That's not what we're talking about. I'm asking you questions right now. If you're feeding them, why are they skinny?
Did you?
Are you eating? Is your husband eating?
Yeah.
Those boys are eating. At least it looks like it. I haven't looked at them real close. But those two older girls, you can't look at me and tell me they're eating enough. Tell me they're eating enough.
There's a time we thought they had parasites. I even bought them parasite medicine. It's around here somewhere.
Did they go to the doctor?
No.
When's the last time they've been to a physician?
Because it's been a while.
How long is a
Because-
while?
See, I think the last time for was to get a shot and the dentist to get her retainer taken out. So maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
They haven't been to a physician in 2 or 3 years?
No.
Look how skinny they are. You thought they had parasites?
'Cause she
And you
told me
didn't take them to the
food.
doctor?
She told I've had parasites.
You
I
should
just
go to the
took
doctor
drink.
if you have parasites. You should take your children to the doctor if they're skin and bones, Tina.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So why haven't you? Why aren't you feeding your kids?
Why haven't I taken them to the doctor? I have no excuse.
Okay. Why aren't you feeding your kids
Why
enough?
ain't I feeding
Okay,
them
you feed
enough?
them. Why aren't you feeding them enough?
What is enough? Because, like I explained earlier, they were gorging.
When confronted with clear signs of physical neglect, the children's extreme emaciation and lack of medical care, Tina retreats into psychological defense. She rationalized their hunger through minimization and projects her own anxieties onto immature childhood behavior, deploying classic denial and rationalization to shield herself from guilt. This pattern suggests underlying cognitive dissonance as she attempts to maintain her self-image as a nurturing mother. Such trauma-driven defenses threaten her sense of identity and trap her in ongoing self-justification. But no matter her relentless efforts, there is nowhere left to run, and the detectives have her cornered.
Are you feeding those kids enough?
Enough? Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What would be enough? Is 3 times a day enough?
Okay,
Two,
that-
2 to 3 times a day?
So,
Because
I-
sometimes, like I said, in the morning, the girls will just have a glass of milk. Okay? But they have lunch and they have dinner. They never skip that.
Okay.
Never.
We're circling right back around to if they're not skipping meals and if they're getting fed enough, I wouldn't be able to see their bones through their skin like that.
Yeah. So maybe,
And-
like you said, I should
and-
take them to the doctor.
Absolutely, I think you should have taken them to the doctor. You know, especially if they're skinny because there's something wrong with them. You know, if they're skinny because there's something wrong with them, they need to go to the doctor. If they're skinny because you're not feeding them, you need to go to prison. Right?
Right.
But you haven't fed them enough either.
Okay.
Look at them. It breaks my heart. When I found that girl and she stood up, Tina, I don't know how you stay here with her like that. She's tiny.
She covers herself. She's always covering herself.
But that doesn't mean it's not there.
I know, but she covers herself. She does. I've been trying to get her to do more, drink more, eat more, and everything. Give her Gatorade. Said maybe you need some electrolytes. I did. Started buying more oranges and apples, nutrients. Bought more canned food. Hey, you need to eat some vegetables. I have.
And then you
Ask her.
keep it all locked up and you don't let them have snacks until you get home.
Well, I'm always home.
Now,
Yeah. Yeah. But I let them always choose. What do you want to eat? It's their choice. They choose.
Tina, please, I really am not trying to be mean to you.
I know you're not. You're doing your job.
Whenever you say
You're doing your
things,
job.
whenever you say things to me like, I let them eat, I let them choose, I let them this, like all I can think about is looking at how skinny they are. So like, they're not, and they haven't gone to the doctor, and there's locks on everything in this house, and I can't even count the cameras, I haven't started to. Like, these kids...
They were for protection at first.
Oh, well, I get-
And then, like I said,
and-
I started putting them in certain places because we had to.
And I get, having them so the kids don't run away. But
Yeah.
now that I've been here, I kind of understand why the kids are running away. I don't blame them. I'd be running away too. Like, I just want to eat. Like,
But when I've asked them why they ran away, it was never had to do anything with that.
Tina, they're not
It
going to
was
tell you
always-
because you're starving them.
When officers lay out the sight of her children's frail bodies and the sealed cupboards before Tina, her defenses instantly crumble. The truth is undeniable. Now, all that is left to know is what drives such cruelty and what dark motives hides behind her cold gaze.
Why is all the food locked up?
To keep them from sneaking it, stealing it, things like that.
Why?
The freezer, you notice, isn't locked up. They don't usually get in the freezer and mess with that stuff, but the stuff that they can grab quick,
Let me ask you a question.
that's why.
What is wrong with letting them? You know, I understand keeping some control over it because I've got 4 kids. I have to do that myself. You know, but I do that through parenting, not putting locks on everything. I understand that these are some devious. Hang on. Let me finish. Wait. Just let me finish my thought, please.
No, absolutely.
I understand you got some devious kids causing problems. You got to take that extra step. I get
Yes.
it. But like their cameras, locks. They're running away constantly. They're writing letters, but because they're out of options. They don't know what else to do anymore. Like they're expressing their feelings on paper because they've got no one to talk to because they don't go to
Yes.
school and they don't go to counseling and they don't go to the doctor and all they do is sit around here and get starved. And what am I supposed to tell anybody that asks me why you shouldn't go to prison? What do I tell somebody, Tina? Because I just didn't feel like taking them to the doctor?
No.
You've got $60,000, $80,000 cars in the garage, but you can't afford enough food, so you lock it up. Let's reconvene tomorrow, because I'm getting frustrated and that's unprofessional.
Okay.
And I apologize for that.
Actually, you know what? You're doing your job.
Thank you.
You're doing your job.
Thank you, Tina.
You're absolutely welcome. And you said my sister was on her way?
Jade, sister's
yes,
coming?
ma'am, I'm sorry.
Okay, we're not going to leave. We're just going to quit this interview so I
Okay.
can calm down.
You're okay.
I appreciate you speaking with me.
No, I
and
appreciate you. You have, I'm gonna let you know,
that stuff over there.
you have been very nice throughout this whole process.
I'm
Something like this can be very uncomfortable, all of it from the beginning. And since you walked in my door, you have made this process comfortable.
glad.
You're doing your job,
Right.
okay? That's your job. Serve and protect, right? I can't be mad at that, all right? Her job, same thing. Serve and protect, right? I understand. I do.
Okay.
It looks bad. It does.
It's because it is bad, Tina.
It does.
It doesn't look bad. It is bad.
Yeah.
The police are here doing a search warrant, and DHS is taking your kids.
I know.
It's bad.
And that's you know what, I'll tell you something. Those 2 older ones have been taken from DHS.
I know, and
not
they're-
only from their bio parents, but a foster
And they're terrified.
they've been taken out of foster care before because that foster home got
know.
investigated, and then the 3rd home that they didn't want them, so they felt not wanted.
And now the 4th home.
And I
How
hate
do
that.
they feel here?
I hate that.
And so these kids have run away over and over again, but it's wild, and I didn't think we would have this conversation because it's not normal for us to have this conversation, but it's crazy. These kids want to run away, but they're also scared of me to take them away. They don't want to be here, but they're scared to end up with some worse foster family.
They've told me the reason they don't want to be here because they're tired of hurting everybody. They're tired of hurting.
How are they hurting you? Eating too much?
No. Just putting me through the things that they have put me through.
What did they put you through?
Like, I told you she scratched my car. She got mad. She got angry.
She's a child.
Faced with mounting evidence, Tina scrambles for excuses, unaware that detectives had already detained her husband, Anthony, hours before her counsel arrived. Investigators needed to see if his testimony aligned with the facts, a revelation that could turn the case on its head. What Anthony revealed wasn't just another detail. It was the missing piece that exposed the dark dynamics in their home and reshaped the entire investigation.
It's like I can't catch a break. It's like
Well,
everything's.
I didn't know about this stuff until Friday whenever I got involved with it, Anthony. That's the first time I got involved. You know, maybe if you and I had spoke Thursday and you were saying this situation's terrible and we need help, maybe this would look different. But the police got involved and found the conditions the way they were, and it's not good, Anthony. Okay? So, man, I really don't know what to tell you other than you should have done something, I think.
That's the thing. I'm thinking to myself, like, what should I have done? What should I have done? Because at the same time, I did make sure. I told her, I was like, hey, like, I asked her.
You knew what you were getting yourself into, man. I mean, like, you should have taken him to the doctor. You should have taken him to somebody, a professional.
I'm not. They're adopted. I'm not on their paper as like their
I know that, but you got to know the family before you even got married.
Right.
You got to know the family and made sure that was something you wanted to be a part of.
Right.
So when you marry a woman with kids, those are your kids, your stepdad.
She always takes them to the hospital before the start of school.
That's for the babies, man, not the big ones. The big ones need to go to the doctor.
I thought she did that.
No, and she told me that she thought they had parasites and that she never took them to the doctor, even then. I mean, so I don't think that the defense of you just didn't know is going to fly for this, truthfully.
I don't know what else to say. It's
So-
like I can't like lie. I can't lie.
No, I don't want you to lie. That's the last thing I want you to do.
Right. It's like what do I say? What do I do?
I wish that there was something that you could tell me that you did to protect the kids. That's what I wish you could tell me. Is there anything you did to protect them?
I mean, thinking about it, let me see what I did to protect them.
You know, if
So I'm just trying to think hard. And things that I did to protect them. I don't know. Those times I did say, because I wanted like us to. I don't know if this is like protecting them. It's like me having to take them to buffets and stuff. I don't know if that's not protecting. That's
well,
trying
that's
to feed
feeding them,
more.
right?
I'm sorry, but protection. Talking to them.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
So you said you took them to buffets, but you know, you also said Tina primarily took care of them at home. Did you ever prepare meals for the family?
I did. It's African food, and
Not really their thing.
Not
or?
really their thing. So do it more of the night American corn dogs and
Yeah.
things like that. But as far as the African side, they always say it's spicy. So I'm just so okay. I'll eat it myself. So.
Right.
Struggling to defend himself, Anthony tries to dig up any memory that can help his case, a very common response when the guilty know that they are about to be exposed. But his inconsistencies lead to a chilling discovery about Tina that shatters all remaining doubt, plunges the investigation into an even darker reality.
Let me explain kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because you tell me these kids run away all the time, and that might be a behavior thing or not, whatever. But you're also telling me like they're stealing food all the time.
Right.
That just like they're stealing food all the time, and they're skin and bones. Like
But
they're hungry, Anthony.
Hey, check
If
this out. Though.
like
They went to my her sister's house.
yeah.
She fed them. But tell me why the hell they're still stealing the food from their cousin's place?
Because whenever you came from a good home, so I don't expect you to understand this, but when kids over time don't get enough food, it's kind of like a dog. Like have you ever had like a dog or an animal that went too long without food and stuff, and they just want to eat, and you gotta kind of stop them because they'll eat too much and they'll throw up, and you know it's so whenever an animal or a child or whatever has gone without adequate food, they're going to want to eat everything all the time just as a psychological thing. Like they're used to not getting enough, so they always want more. Does that make sense? Like any chance they get for food, they're going to be like, oh, I need to grab that because I'm not going to get to eat tomorrow, or I'm not going to have enough, or I'm still hungry, or I'm not in those kids' head, but I can imagine kind of how they're thinking. And it makes sense to me from my side why they're stealing food, because they're habitually not getting fed enough. They're hungry. Does that concept make sense to you?
I guess I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. I've never dealt with shit like this before.
All right.
I don't know where to begin. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. All I just know is that my whole goal for this was to have a good family, like turn something that was bad back to being good. That's all I wanted.
Have you ever hit the kids?
No. The only time that I hit the kid was because of he got expelled from school, and I was just kind of mad because it's like I didn't hit him so much, but at the same time it's just kind of like that.
Anthony paints Tina as a misunderstood mother, dismissing the children's hunger as nothing more than picky eating. But that calm defense only fuels detectives' doubts. Across the U.S., foster care programs, such as Title IV-E and Title IV-B, were established to protect children, providing subsidies for food, housing, and therapy. Yet some exploit these systems, pocketing funds while neglecting the very children they're meant to protect. Detectives start to see through the facade. Tina and Anthony's image of loving parents begins to crumble, revealing a woman driven by control and greed, not love. They've heard enough from Anthony, but what happens next inside Tina's home will seal her fate and bury the last piece of her lie for good.
Oh, I guess I do need to ask you a couple more questions.
Yes.
Several of your kids confirmed that you have tased one of these kids with that taser.
No, as I was telling her earlier, we do the bzz, 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 right?
Yeah.
And we even do it with the dogs. Bzz, bzz, bzz. So physically, bzz, no, I'm not.
Like, how close have you put it to the kids?
One time I got real close on accident because we were playing around. But as far as, no.
Okay, then the bzz, bzz, bzz game, like, how close are you?
Oh, not that close.
I know, but you're not telling me a distance,
Oh.
like with inches? That's like 6 inches is what you just showed
Yeah,
me.
we pop it. Bzz, like, oh, it's like, did you find it?
I did.
Yeah, it's little. It don't hit them.
With mounting evidence, Tina Ramirez is finally arrested, facing a reckoning she can't outrun. Her mask of compassion shattered, revealing a woman ruled by control and ego. The truth is out, and there's no escaping what comes next. The trial of Tina Ramirez and Anthony Abiziaco is ongoing, with both facing charges of child abuse and neglect for mistreating 5 children. Ramirez faces 2 counts of neglect and 4 counts of abuse, while Abiziaco faces charges related to enabling the abuse. A preliminary hearing for Ramirez was scheduled for April 12, 2024. However, no updates have been made available as of the upload of this video. As for the children, they are currently in the care of DHS, with their grandmother, Shelley Yates, seeking custody.